All right, so we will start with the webinar for the release of Smart Documents of the latest versions 6.4. We will start with a small introduction first. So probably many of you already know me. I am the relationship manager at Connective. I've been here working at a little over a year. And I am very happy to introduce to you my colleague, Katja Royer.
Hello, I'm Katja Royer. I'm functional product expert of Smart Documents, and I will guide you together with Emmanuel through our webinar.
Okay, so just to start off with some practicalities, as already communicated in the email, the webinar will be for the duration of half an hour. You probably noticed that all of you are muted. We did this on purpose, so there is no confusion during the webinar, but we are more than happy to answer all your questions at the end. But of course, you can always write to us on the chat if it's necessary. You will receive the presentation at the end, so the slides, also the recording of the whole webinar where we explain everything together with the demo. And of course, also a nice overview of all the questions that were asked with the answers given. In case something pops up into your mind afterwards that you didn't think of during the webinar, you can always reach out to me or Katja, or of course send an email to those supports or create a ticket.
So what's new in Smart Documents 6.4? For the responsive email editor, we created a brand new link wizard where we can add variable images and create fully dynamic buttons. Also for the document editor, we did a LibreOffice update. So let's go to the demo where I will show you the new link wizard and how to insert a variable image. So let's start with showing the brand new link wizard. So to open a link wizard, we have here our link button. Click on it and you will see the link wizard opening. There are a lot of possibilities. So you have a variable and a static text to display. You can choose whatever you want. You can also have a variable or static URL. And also a variable or static title. Thereby, we have also another option, the target option. This target options ensures you, when clicking on the link or the button or the image, to open the link in or the same window or a new window. Thereby, we also have the link type. For the link type, you can choose between a text, a button, an image, whatever you want. In the first example, I want to create a variable link button with some variable text on the button. So how am I going to do this? For sure, I'm first going to choose my variable text to display. So I will select my variable like this, finish, and my variable is inserted. Next, I will choose for a variable URL. Also here, select, go to the correct variable, finish. The title, I'm going to leave it open, but you can, if you want, add a static text or a variable text that will change depending of your variable. I will choose for a new window. So when clicking on the button, you will open a new window. Then I choose for the button. I will change my background color of the button. The text color will leave white. And I'm going to change the corner roundings. So now I have set everything for my variable button with variable text. So if I click on finish, you see that the button is inserted. Also, the text shown on the button is actually the title of your variable. So when I click on preview, the text, the button text will be changed with the text in my XML, as you can see here. If I click now on the button, you will see another window is opening and the video will be played. So this is working. Let's go to our next example, how to create a dynamic image. So first you had to insert an image like this. For a dynamic image, we don't work with this. We will use the link wizard. We choose image and we choose the variable option. Here we go back to our XSD to choose the correct variable, header, finish. Important, you have to insert the dimensions for your variable image here, otherwise it won't work. So finish, and as you can see, the dynamic image placeholder is shown. So if we do a preview now or during generation, this placeholder will be changed into the image that is sent through the XML, as you can see in the preview. So this is actually how the variable link wizard will work. So let's get back to our slides, I think.
Okay, perfect. So, of course, as promised, we will give you a little sneak peek of the upcoming releases. So the next major version, version 7, is expected by the end of the year. What can you expect? Of course, a new version always brings along a new API. We have been working very hard on the performance, so we expected this to generate faster and have higher loads. And also the one-box solution will be created in this version. So instead of having different parts of this of the tool, we will have just one box solution, so it's easier to use. In 2021, we will, of course, have the version 7.1 and coming version after that. So we have a very wide window for further technical improvements. Next to that, we will also focus on the UX, which will focus a little bit more on the responsive email editor, also the house style and the publishing and promoting. And then I don't know if many of you have heard this before, but we have been waiting to finally launch a web-based solution. We are already in the starting phase of this, but we will definitely have this fully ready for you by 2022. So it's not for the next year, but it's already nice to know that we are working towards this. So we have gathered 3 main questions that have been the reason why you reached out to us through the support or to me directly. So we're thinking it was interesting to just line these up for you and give an overall answer so everything is clear. So the first one is the new LibreOffice version. What will mean this to me?
So LibreOffice is also constantly improving the software, so it's good to make optimal use of the updated LibreOffice within the Sketch solution. Therefore, we advise you to reset the LibreOffice profile. So when Sketch is launched, you can find in the Windows taskbar a tray icon with the Connective logo. If you right-click on it, you can select LibreOffice and then choose to terminate and reset your user profile.
That's very clear. So what are the recommended steps to bring a template change into production?
The most important step is first to evaluate if this change is a part of a fragment or a master document. Then you check out the concerning model, you do the necessary changes, try to preview your document. If these changes had to be in a fragment, update your fragment in your master document. Also try to preview your master document to make sure everything is working well. If that's okay, you can check if the correct publish store is linked and publish. A publish comment can be handy to trace what changed in your published model, but also when you have to do a rollback because you accidentally entered something in your model already that was not intended to be part of the new release or whatever, you can use this versioning to get back to your previous model and do a new publish to your publish store. Important, check always your publish date and publish time to make sure your publish went through.
Okay, thank you. And then of course, sometimes you want to make some little changes in your templates, but then you bump into an error. What do you do?
The best practice is to preview as much as possible when creating or modifying templates. This way, the changes are continuously saved and it's easier to see which step caused an error. If you're not sure which step caused an error, you can go to your log files. You can find the log files on your C directory, users, and then your username, sketch, and then logs. There you can find the sketch.log. It's the active log file. All the other logs are archived log files. And inside your log file, you can find a description of the error, and this makes it more clear, and you can try to solve the problem in your document.
Okay, perfect. So of course, sometimes it may not be as easy to work with Smart Documents for you. So we are more than happy to help you with this. Just to give a little bit more of information, there are 3 options that we generally offer to help you, to assist you. So first of all, we have a customer sync workshop. Of course, we are always in contact with each other, but we can always plan a meeting to just have a clear sync of your expectations, the issues you have encountered in the past. Maybe there are some important features that are interesting for your specific use case. So we are more than happy to set up a meeting with myself, your relationship manager, and then the product owner, Christine, the tutor, or maybe a product expert like Katja Royer. Secondly, if you want to train your colleagues internally a little bit better so they can work easier with the tool, we also offer different types of training. We have a basic training or a little bit more advanced for personnel that will work more with this tool. And then finally, if you have a new project that you would like to set up and you would like us to assist you in this because you are not very sure of the whole document flow that it will consist and how it actually everything works, we can also discuss this. Of course, you can always reach out to me, to our support site, or to our product manager, Christine. If you are more independently looking for information, you can take a look at our documentation website. To be honest, I still use it every day. If I want to find some further explanation on a certain topic or a feature of our solution, it's very easy to use. You can just simply type in what you're looking for in the search frame. And if you cannot find it immediately, or there's a little bit of an urgent issue, you can always reach out to our support desk. All right, so this was, in a nutshell, the version 6.4. I hope everything was very clear to you. And now we are more than happy to answer all of your questions. So if you have a question, please write to us on the chat and we will answer these to you. Okay, so I can see a first question coming in. Do we need to upgrade Sketch immediately?
No, you don't have to upgrade your Sketch, but we highly recommend doing so. Only with an update of Sketch, you can use these new features like the variable link wizard, the updated LibreOffice profile, LibreOffice version, sorry.
Yeah, and I believe that we will always reach out to you to see what would be a convenient time. Of course, if you're on premise, we can always schedule a timing that's suitable for you. that we come and visit your offices. So there's a lot of flexibility in this. Okay, next question. Are there a lot of changes in the new API version for 7? Sorry, for the 6.4.
For the 6.4, there are no API changes yet. These changes will be part of the 7.0.
Yeah. Then we have one more. What if I don't update my Allo profile or forget to update my Allo profile?
So your LibreOffice profile is important to use LibreOffice, but it's not necessarily the case if you forget to update it that it will give problems. But it can, of course. There is a possibility that forget to update your LibreOffice profile give problems. Therefore, we recommend to update your profile, because then you can also make fully use of all LibreOffice improvements.
Okay, I can see some questions still. Is it possible if I already inserted an image to add a link afterwards?
Unfortunately, this is not possible. As you have seen in the demo, we have a dedicated link wizard, and you must define there all details. So you have to reinsert your image if you want to add a link or create a variable image or with link in this kind of things.
Okay, I hope that was clear. Perfect, thank you. I see one final question. We want to send emails with a very streamlined look and feel. For example, by working with white email body against a gray backdrop, which is something you often see these days. Can we do it with responsive email editor?
Yes, you can. In the email editor, you have in the menu the option to choose email background. In this menu, you can choose your background color, and then next to it, you also have the option to choose your row color, and in this way, you can create this gray background and some other fancy colors in your email.
Okay, was that clear? Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, I think that was our final question. Is there anyone else who would like to ask something? No, was everything clear to you? You can write in the chat. All right, if there are no more questions, then I would like to thank you once again for attending this webinar. We will definitely send you all the information. So again, the presentation, the recording, and all the questions that have been asked with the answers. And of course, please feel free to reach out to us if you have any additional topics that we can help you with. So have a lovely day, and talk to you soon.